Not that people are making Odogu as a yardstick in real life. I'm just like, girl, like you can't get everything you want in a man. Odogu, Odogu, Odogu. But I think for me, I was like, was that the only thing you guys learned? Like, you mean so just the spoiling part, the gift part that you guys were just like shouting about? Of the guy was asking for another $2,000. $2,000. Didn't just follow what her mother told her, because the mother is not going to be with you in that marriage. You will be the one in that marriage. You understand? I think parents should learn to let their children make decisions for themselves, because and the part where she was telling Odogu, you are too much for me, like trauma. That I think that was what the movie was passing. Yeah, of course, amongst other things, but make genuine friends, guys, friends that are not like jealous of each other. They're not in competition, guys. In competition with one another. And hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So my name is Jeremy Absaya. For those that are new here, you guys are doing so well. Hope you guys are doing great. So in today's video, today's a movie review. I'm here to review the movie Love in Every Word by Omoni Oboli, which I feel is so good. The storyline excellent. The directors did a very good job. The movie was so amazing. I was like, wow, this is a great storyline. Like, it's different from what I have been watching. It's different from those videos I used to watch on YouTube, which is so exceptional. Now I see why people were just talking about it online, because girl, this movie, it's so good. So sit back, relax, enjoy, grab a cup of tea or probably a cup of coffee or biscuit or a juice, because it's about to get juicy. So my first point is that this man was very intentional. Of course, people were talking about that on social media, giving comments online, thousands of comments on Instagram. I was checking the comment section. I was like, okay, let me see the review on this like movie. YouTube too, I checked the comment section on YouTube, and I realized that people are not really talking about like the main reason. I feel like the main reason she produced that content, right? People were like, oh, Odogu, Odogu, Odogu. But I think for me, I was like, was that the only thing you guys learned? Like, you mean so just the spoiling part, the gift part that you guys were just like shouting about? Of course, I know ladies like to be taken care of. As a man, you should know that you need to spoil your woman. Of course, it is vice versa, because you need to spoil your man too, girl. You get what I mean? But I just see that it spoke a very loud volume that ladies actually love to be spoiled. Like, they need to be baby, like as a baby like you are, right? So basically, I saw that, but I feel like the reason why this lady did, personally for me, the reason why she made this movie is just to educate people more about childhood trauma, to educate people about their fears, to educate people about how their trauma, the childhood trauma, is playing in real life situations. So the guy was actually very intentional, like I said, and always spoiling her with gifts. But the guy was also a very disciplined man. It was not just about sex, it was not just about a body, you know. There was genuine conversation, genuine getting to know each other. And the part where he said, oh, he loves his ladies ambitious, okay, his lady ambitious, a lady that has something going on for her. She had a 9-to-5, she had a perfume business, you know, she was so hardworking. And you know, the parts where she would even work overnight at EOB, she's still working. And she had a very toxic boss. She had a very annoying choking boss, guys. I was like, she learned to deal with her boss. Like, she was very patient with the boss. And I'm like, and Odogu helped too, because the parts where the woman called in the night, the CEO, and it was like, why will you be calling 3 a.m. in the night? Are you a witch? Don't ever try that number. In fact, we're like, say, I fired your boss. This lady, she's very patient. She's so hardworking, like I said. You know, when Odogu was like, oh, how much are you earning here? Okay, let me talk about this part. The parts where Odogu walked in and was like, babe, I have a gist for you. I stood up to my boss today. The guy was like, yes. Odogu was like, yes. Show her how it is done. Very good. You know, I was like, yeah. You know, I thought that Odogu is a cultivator. Odogu like brought out those hidden things in her. And of course, which she is going to bring out those things more even in marriage. But the part where it was like, oh, how much is she even paying you here? And she was like, 750. It was like, okay, how much do you earn from your business? How much do you make? And she was like, oh, 1.8 in profit after, the whole business stuff. I don't want to go into that. But it was like, wow, like you're doing so great. If you can channel this energy, the effort you're putting into another man's business, imagine what it will produce when you focus on your own business. I love that part, guys, because it was so amazing for me. Pushing your girl to become a better person. But you guys are not seeing that part. And the part where her trauma was playing out, she was like, oh, she had a good friend. So she had good friends. She had genuine friendship around her. And the part where she was dating a forest guy and, he lost $5,000 into the trade. And, she came back and she was so mad. And the guy was asking for another $2,000. $2,000. It just showed that as she said it, so she likes to date guys that she's the one pouring into them. She's investing her time, her resource, and it just showed how our trauma is playing out in her real life, in her adult life. And the part where she was telling Odogwu, you're too much for me. Like, she couldn't undo a guy that is spoiling her, a guy that truly wants her, a guy that. And the part was like, oh, I can actually invest in your business. And it was like, oh, like, I don't want to collect money from a man. And Odogwu was like, what if I'm your husband? Will you go outside to collect money from a stranger instead of your husband? So our trauma really played in her life. Like, it played a lot in her life. For her friends, she had good friends, genuine friends, guys, friends that are not like jealous of each other. They're not in competition, guys, in competition with one another. And the parts where the lawyer was like, girl, she sued the old boyfriend and he had to pay everything in full. And I was like, you genuinely love your friend. And the part where they went to meet Odogwu and was like, Odogwu, do you know the reason why she's like this? It's because you look exactly like her father, the accent, everything like her father, and that's why she doesn't want you. She loves you, but she's scared. And this is why it's so important to heal from your childhood trauma. Okay, speaking of trauma, we underestimate the part the Holy Spirit plays in our life. A few days ago, a friend came into the room and she was like, oh, Busayo, you're so happy. I was like, if you know what I went through, today, you'll not even tell me that I'm smiling. And that's because, I was just praying and the Holy Spirit was just laying certain things. I was just reflecting on certain things, and honestly, I cried based on what had happened to me, when I was a child. But I realized that I felt like a bit better. I felt healed to some extent, which is a journey. Do you understand? But I realized that, okay, people will say, oh, maybe that situation is not even that deep. As far as that thing was able to create a wound in you, it is not small. No matter how small it is, but so far it was able to create a damage in you. It was able to break your heart. It was able to create a wound. Let me just put it there. Let me put it like that. It's a lot. I don't know if you get what I mean. But okay, yeah, trauma. I think that was what the movie was passing. Yeah, of course, amongst other things, but majorly how our childhood trauma was reflecting. And the accent part where she was, I think when towards the last part, and Odogwu was like, oh, you're expecting me to look like your dad, probably you just discover I have a wife and children abroad. I'm not like that, Chioma. I'm the complete peer. I didn't even say it, and he was like peer, and the Odogwu was like peer. I'm just like, it's teachable. And the fact that people are making Odogwu as a yardstick in real life, I'm just like, girl, like, you can't get everything you want in a man, but to some extent you should look out for those things you really want. Like, let's say 70% is still a pass mark, or still excellent A, girl. You get I feel like those other things can be worked on. Yeah, it can be. Oh, guys, the parts where her mother flew in, I was like, do you know the way people are rushing Odogwu in the village? And she was like, mom, like, and the mother was like, you're going to bring us out of poverty and it's going to like change our life. This is a good opportunity. And I love the fact that she had a mind of her own. She has a mind of her own. She didn't just follow what her mother told her, because the mother is not going to be with you in that marriage. You will be the one in that marriage. You understand? And I think parents should learn to let their children make decisions for themselves, because they'll, of course, you can guide them. I'm not saying you're not, like, they can guide us, they can instruct us, we get advice from them, but at the end of the day, it should be our decision to want this person, because we are the one in the relationship, we are the one in the marriage. So I think I've come to the end of this video. If you really enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, share with your friend, guys. Join this community. And if you really enjoyed this video, there are loads of content on the channel that's going to really, really bless you. So I'm going to leave a card here, or probably link a video here. Please check that video out, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.